This is Carrie Ward.
And I'm Victoria Manzano, and this is a podcast about the Dust Bowl on Black Sunday of the 1930s.
And now, Mark Micuso from AccuWeather.com will give an introduction of Black Sunday.
April 14th, 1935, the Black Sunday dust storm rolled across the Central Plains. The day began with bright sunshine, calm winds, and plenty of spring warmth. Area residents were outdoors enjoying a break from the burden of the relentless dust. However, it would be short-lived when the calm was soon replaced with the violence of the worst duster of the Dust Bowl drought. Reports of the storm indicated that the cold air from the norther struck first, with a wall of dust following soon thereafter. Temperatures dropped 40 degrees along the front before the dust hit. It turned afternoon brightness immediately to midnight darkness and absolutely zero visibility. It was utterly dark and impossible to see without a searchlight for at least 15 minutes. To locals, the cloud appeared to roll as it approached. Caught totally unaware, people had to crawl on their hands and knees to find shelter in the extreme darkness. Cars stalled and stopped in the choking dust. Many thought the end of the world had come. The Black Sunday storm marked the turning point in the federal government's recognition of the soil erosion occurring in the region. The dust eventually spread to the nation's capital, where congressmen were horrified at the fine, powdery sand choking their throats. Less than 2 weeks later, the Soil Conservation Service was created.
Mark talked about Black Sunday, but let's discuss the Dust Bowl in general. The Dust Bowl took place in the Great Plain region of 150,000 square miles, from the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, and to even some of the surrounding states. Why here? Well, this was a prime location for this to occur because the Great Plains have little rainfall, high winds, and light soil. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s began through a culmination of things, such as weather, environment, and education.
Speaking in terms of weather, at the time the Dust Bowl occurred, 80% of the country was affected by drought. The Great Plains are especially prone to drought, and at this time, the region was often referred to as the Great American Desert. The second thing to influence the Dust Bowl were environmental factors. As farmers plowed and planted crops, they dug up native grass that helped keep the soil in place and provide moisture. So when the wind speed picked up, it also brought with it this loose soil. Finally, as mentioned above, farmers plowed up native grasses. Due to lack of proper farming education in regards to soil erosion, they depleted many resources from the land. Over a 10-year period, residents of the Great Plains succumbed to the worst man-made ecological disaster in American history. Pillars of dust choked out the midday sun, and the winds shook homes and caused blisters on the skin if exposed for long periods of time. The dust entered homes and was often deadly, forcing many Americans to leave as Dust Bowl refugees. On Black Sunday in particular, Pauline Gray said, "It was as though the sky was divided into two opposite worlds." It was also stated by many survivors that they thought the world was coming to an end because everything around them went pitch black.
According to Benjamin Cook of NASA Goddard Institute for Space Studies, because the dust particles reflected sunlight back into the atmosphere, the surface temperatures dropped. As these temperatures dropped, so did evaporation, which, and I quote, cut off the moisture source to clouds and precipitation. In conclusion, the Dust Bowl was a decade-long natural catastrophe that began due to weather, environmental factors, and lack of education. During this time, on April 15, 1935, Black Sunday occurred and was thought to be the end of the world for lack of visibility. According to the HistoryChannel.com, by 1940, more than 2.5 million people had fled from the region.
I'm a Dust Bowl refugee, just a Dust Bowl refugee. From that Dust Bowl to the Peach Bowl, now that peach fuzz is a-killin'